Hello and welcome to Good Morning Geelong. I'm Tim Mitchell and we're going to go and have a look at some action from the Geelong Harness Racing Cup.
This time he is the CEO of Harness Racing Australia. Here is a special guest at the Geelong Pacing Cup, Andrew Kelly. How are you, Andrew?
Very well. Pleased to be here.
Thanks very much for your time.
It's great.
Now, it's fair to say you just about cut your teeth out here in the world of harness racing at Beckley Park.
Yeah, that's right. I was working with the Victorian Cricket Association when the chairman of Harness Racing Victoria, Neil Busse, tapped me on the shoulder and wondered whether or not I'd be interested in a career a little closer to home. And got involved with the club here and had a couple of really good years and some very hard-working committee. And from there, moved to Harness Racing Victoria, and now I found myself sitting up at Harness Racing Australia and trying to do a good job.
Up there in St Kilda Road, harness racing across Australia. How do we compare here at Geelong? Are we on the up, on the improve?
Oh, look, there's no doubt about it. Geelong's got a lot going for it in terms of particularly the track. It's well regarded around Australia and in fact through New Zealand when you're travelling over there. That it's a very good track. It's a fast track and a fair track, and people have no hesitation in terms of being able to bring their horses here, regardless of what class of horse that may well be. So I suppose that you need that to start from there. A hard-working committee and others, and obviously it comes down to prize money at the end of the day, and the club's working hard to rectify that situation.
Andrew, I suppose one of the challenges coming from left field a little is the fact that because we get such a wonderful coverage of harness racing, and for that matter the world of gallops and greyhounds, etc., via pay TV. Is there strategies in place to overcome that and get crowds back to watch it in real? Because it's terrific getting down on the rails and watching and feeling the horses thundering by.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, and every sport requires an involvement at a track or at a stadium in terms of people being able to view the sport live. However, from there, as you know, there's over 3 million people watching this race meeting tonight around Australia, and a number of people also internationally. So when you add it all up and where the dollars come from, it's a balancing act really in terms of how much money is spent in promoting events and getting people to the track on a day-to-day basis versus ensuring that the broadcast and the wagering is right. However, for bigger events, people need to obviously have strategies in place, but at the end of the day, we'll help our weekend from a branding perspective, but it ultimately rests with the states and with the clubs themselves. But you'll see Geelong, Ballarat, Kilmore, Cranbourne, particularly in Victoria, and Bendigo to that extent as well, who put on fantastic cup nights, terrific prize money, and the rewards come.
Andrew Kelly, who is the CEO of Harness Racing Australia, one of our guests here on our special coverage of the APCO Geelong Pacing Cup for 2009. We're at Beckley Park, the home of harness racing in our great city of Geelong. Thanks, Andrew.
Pleasure.
Tonight we've witnessed the running of the 46th APCO Easy Shop Geelong Pacing Cup. This Group 3 race has run over 2,570 metres and offers a total prize pool of $30,000. Just on behalf of the Board of Harness Racing Victoria, I'd just like to acknowledge and thank David Kelly and his committee for putting on a great night. We're very, very fortunate indeed that David Kelly has become the president of the Geelong Harness Racing Club. He's got great passion and commitment, and I hope everybody down in Geelong gets behind David and takes the club to where it should be. He's well on the way, and I think over the next 12 months we'll see some dramatic improvements around the club, and with David's passion and enthusiasm, I'm sure the club will go a long way. And next year's Cup, well, who knows what it'll be, but I know it'll be a super night. Our winner tonight, our Malabar, joins a prestigious honour roll, and that includes Gamelite, quite famous, Sokiola, who we saw here tonight, and I'd like to just acknowledge and thank Lance and Colin Croft for once again bringing Sokiola out and supporting harness racing. And of course last year's winner at Tiga Bay. It's with great pleasure that we thank APCO Easy Shops for their continued support of harness racing in Victoria and their partnership with the 2009 Geelong Pacing Cup. To Ron and Rob Anderson and the Anderson family, we thank Harness Racing Victoria, thanks you for your support, and in particular for your support of the Geelong Club. I'd like now to invite Rob Anderson from APCO Easy Shops to make the official presentation to the winning connections. Thank you.
Thank you, and good evening to all our special guests. Lee Troop, who really was the face of harness racing this week for the Geelong Cup. Congratulations on a great run tonight to Lee. We appreciate the lead up to the Cup. Special guest to the Mayor of Geelong, visiting Neil Busse, the Harness Racing Board, and of course to David Kelly and the committee. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very pleased on behalf of APCO Service Stations to be able to make this presentation this evening. APCO has spanned over 16 years for the sponsorship and the support of Geelong Harness Racing and the APCO Easy Shops Pacing Cup, and we're particularly proud of that association. We are great supporters throughout regional Victoria. We're independently owned and operated, so it's great to be able to support right here in Geelong harness racing and the APCO Easy Shops Pacing Cup. The lead up and the evening's been terrific, fantastic. The hospitality of the committee have been terrific to all our guests here this evening, and so we do appreciate that, and we do enjoy a mutually rewarding relationship with the harness racing here in Victoria and of course in Geelong. So with no further ado, I'd certainly like to, I'm very, very pleased to be able to make the presentation. Congratulations to our Malabar and of course the trainer Lance Justice, and a terrific run by Chris Alford, the driver as well. I believe Lance is going to accept the trophy on behalf of APCO Easy Shop, so congratulations, well done. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. Well, thanks very much for this fine trophy, and Mr. Anderson for sponsoring the race. It's great. It's becoming synonymous with the Geelong Cup now, and it's a pleasure to compete in the race, and everybody should support your business. And to Chris, who drove the horse in a fantastic fashion. On Tuesday I went to the trials at Kilmore and I saw Chris from a distance, and I grabbed him and I said, look, I got 2 horses in the Geelong Cup. I said, I'm going to book you for one of them. I'm just not sure which one yet. I said, so bring your gear, you'll be driving one of them. And I knew Malabar had a great show. He worked a personal best through the week, and I told Chris that if he could be no further back than 3 pegs, he would figure in the finish. And anybody that came out to my stables this morning, a few friends were there, and I give them the big tip that I thought Malabar was the sneaky one tonight. And fantastic. And thanks, Chris. Thanks, the guys. Thanks for sponsoring the race. Thanks, Geelong.